How is going on today? I have a DVD review for you guys. Of course, the DVD I will be reviewing is Shoot Interview with American Dragon Bryan Danielson. Of course, this interview took place back in 2004, I believe. And without wasting any time, let's go ahead and jump right into the DVD review. Of course, here is the cover artwork right here from RF Video. Proudly presents Shoot Interview with American Dragon Bryan Danielson. Kind of an odd cover. I don't even know what the hell he's doing right there. It's kind of like flying, it looks like. But here's a cover of it. And here is a spine, looks like on your shelf if you have this. Shooting Interview with American Dragon. And of course, here's a back with the description. If you guys want to go ahead and pause it and read it, you guys can. Because I'm not going to, waste my time reading that. So, like I said, if you guys want to go ahead and pause it and read it, you're more than likely to do that. Of course, here's the back. Not much to it as well. Of course, the inside, pretty much your basic RF Video disc, which is nothing, just the title and the RF Video logo right there. So, yeah, that is the DVD. Not really much to it. I got this on eBay for, like, I believe $11 shipped, so pretty good price. I've actually been wanting to see this for a long time now. Probably since 2012, 13, I've been wanting to see this, but I never pulled the trigger on buying it off High Spots RF Video, but, obviously, lately, I was able to watch. I actually watched it this morning, and I got off eBay about a week ago, so I was very, very pleased to finally get it. Even though this is 14 years old, nonetheless, anything with Daniel Bryan, I'll own it. I think any Daniel Bryan fan definitely should check this out as well. But the interview itself isn't very long. It's only an hour and a half, so it's not a very long shoot interview like today's shoot interviews where they're like 3 to 4 hours long minimum. So it's a very basic shoot interview, especially considering he's only a few years into his career. This took place back in 2004, I believe, the interview. So, he didn't really have much in his career going up to that point. But in the shoot interview, obviously, he goes over how he got into wrestling, about, how Ultimate Warrior was pretty much his favorite growing up, how he got into Shawn Michaels school, which I'm pretty sure everyone knows the story about how, he got into Shawn Michaels school. He signed up for Dean Malenko's school in his sophomore year, but of course, that school is closing down. But Shawn Michaels school is opening up, so he applied there. But the good thing about the shoot interview is he goes more in depth about the school. Most stories you hear, like in documentaries he's been in, he kind of just, quickly covers it about, going to Shawn Michaels school, but you definitely get about a good 15 to 20 minutes of him in-depthly talking about Shawn Michaels' school and how, him and Rudy Gonzalez, ran the school and whatnot. So you got a pretty good picture and idea about the Shawn Michaels school in this shoot interview. So it's pretty cool to actually hear him go in depth about that. Talk about, of course, TWA, how they pretty much became regulars on there because of Shawn Michaels. Talk about some of the matches with guys like Brian Kendrick and whatnot, Shooter Schultz and, Rudy Gonzalez. So he has some pretty good details about that. And of course, then moving on to Memphis when they signed with the WWF. And, talk about Memphis a little bit, training there. And eventually them, getting led to his release in 2001. I believe it was 2001 he got released. 2001 around there. I forgot which year it was. But talk about his release, how, they pretty much told everyone in one room that, they were closing down doors. Either, two things, or one of three things were happening. You're getting sent to Kentucky. You're getting sent to, I forgot what the other place was, the other developmental place was, or you're getting fired, basically. And one by one, they brought everyone in, and of course, Bryan was the first Shawn Michaels student to get fired, so, of course, he got released from WWE, and then, of course, talked about his little indie run, about running in the Super 8 tournament, and being the king of the indies and whatnot, of course, leading to when Ring of Honor started. So, you got some good in-depth stuff. Talked about, Shawn Michaels, put Shawn Michaels over a lot, definitely put over Spanky a lot, Brian Kendrick, surprisingly put over Low-Ki, which, personally, I hate Low-Ki. I think it's a piece of shit, but Bryan put him over like he's, a great guy. Put over Lance Cade. So, put over some notable names. Talked about when Ring of Honor started, how, he wasn't high on doing the three-way dance because he hates doing multi-man matches. So he likes doing singles because that's why it's easier to, give the ideas. But, that match pretty much launched him, and, he wasn't really sure where Ring of Honor was leading to going that direction. Talked about his start in New Japan, where he went to Japan, and of course, he was training at the APW, or he was a trainer at the APW school in California at the time. And of course, that's when the New Japan Dojo started. And then, of course, he had to pretty much choose between the two, and ended up going to New Japan Dojo, and ended up going to New Japan for a month, doing a tour there. And that's pretty much where the interview ends. That's pretty much where he lets off is, him coming back from Japan and, pretty much talking about that. So, pretty basic and short shoot interview. Like I said, you don't really get too much out of it. It's only an hour and a half. But, for me personally, being the huge Daniel Bryan fan that I am, I definitely recommend this for anyone. You get, like I said, you get some detailed information about Shawn Michaels' school. You get some good, thoughts and opinions from him about some other wrestlers I don't really hear about too often anymore, or even some wrestlers at the time. He's talking about how he doesn't like working all Jersey Pro Wrestling because the fans just wanted blood, and he wasn't about that. And he looks he always looks for the positives in wrestling, not the negatives. So it's one of the best things about him, I believe, is his outlook on not just wrestling but in life as well. And it's pretty cool on this DVD because he talks about how his plan that if wrestling pretty much didn't work out was, or when he retired from wrestling, he basically wanted to go back to college and get a degree, and that's actually what he did recently. He said in the edge on Chris Jericho's podcast, that's pretty much what he did when he initially retired from WWE. So it's pretty cool to actually see him say what he wanted to do when he retired here, and he actually went through with it and actually did it. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, this is like I said, a pretty basic June interview. Like I said, only an hour and a half, but you get some good information. I thought it was good, enjoyable. It's some good background noise if you need some, like say if you're doing something or playing a game, you can have that on the background and listen to it and absorb the information. That's pretty much what I did, but I still had fun with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please like below, and always I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching the video.